But wool futures continue to see an increase. I mean, can somebody explain this to me? I guess it's because people are starting to buy those nice threads, you know. They're out there buying, you know, virgin wool suits blended with cashmere like I do. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, I love you. Let me tell you something, man. I dress like a badass mofo. If y'all ever saw me in real life, for Christ's sake, I wear $1,000 suits like it's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Jesus Christ. You know, I love it. I love it. Are you kidding me? $1,000 suits. I got a goddamn Rolex. Well, I got a couple of Rolex watches, for Christ's sake. You gotta look sharp. You know what I mean? You don't want to look like some stupid, disgusting, smelly scumbag. Nobody's going to take you serious doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Dobbs, baby. I'm talking about Hugo Boss. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Giorgio Armani. That's what I'm saying, baby. Woo! Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I just love living large. I love looking good. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I actually like the way the English wear their suits. For all the folks that are out there, I know I got a bunch of people in the UK, the werewolves of London out there. We got them all out there. As a matter of fact, I actually like their style of how they wear their suits, man. I think that the vested look, it looks great. I like the old traditional way of the way they tie their ties. It's great, man. It's unbelievable. Anyway, much props, all right? 646-652-4869. Let's get through the goddamn commodities, and let's take your calls here. Wool is up $9. The metals. Copper is up $4.85, believe it or not. We saw a slight increase in the copper's futures. They're up 1.20%, and Jesus Christ, I mean, this doesn't make any sense. Gold is down. Gold is down. You would think that the commodities aren't doing fairly, you know, mixed. They're kind of flat as it relates to the agriculture and the oil. You see equities selling off at a major rate today. You would think that gold would be up. You'd think that silver would be up. But no, we got this dumbass investment community that just can't take their goddamn heads out of their ass. And it makes me sick. Gold is down, believe it or not, $17.40. I mean, good God, Jesus Christ. I mean, you know, $17.40, that's a percentage decrease of 1.14% on your goddamn money. I mean, good God. Jesus Christ. Closing out today at $1,503.10 per troy ounce of gold. All right, and silver even took a worse hit. You know, took even a worse hit. I mean, it is down 70 cents. That's a percentage decrease of 2% on your goddamn money. I mean, good God, Jesus Christ, man. This is manipulation, man. The government is manipulating these markets, and everybody knows it, for Christ's sake. Everybody knows it. I mean, look it up for yourself. I mean, the CME Group, which is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, which actually trades these futures, they did an unprecedented move here, I think it was a couple of months ago, by increasing the margin requirements required to trade silver and gold. And what this did, it artificially brought down the price of gold and silver. Why would the government want to do that? So that everybody can look at that gold and silver price and manipulate themselves into believing that the currency that we currently have is actually worth more than it is, and it isn't. This is disgraceful, man, what's happening here. Anyway, I think we got some more scrollers in here, engineer. Kick those assholes out. Kick them out. Kick all these assholes out of here. Kick them out of here. Kick them out. For God's sake, well, kick them out, for Christ's sake. We don't want any goddamn spamming, scrolling pieces of milky-licking, nipple-clamp-loving, butt-plug up-the-ass-looking, chicken-eating, cornboy crap flapping their fat Cheeto-stained fingers up on the keyboard thinking they're cool because they can spam a goddamn chat room. We don't want to see that crap. Piece of crap. Kick them all out. Anyway, let me get through the markets here. Where are we at? We're at silver, for Christ's sake. Silver is down 2%, closing out today at $34.31 per troy ounce of silver. Let's go to livestock. Live cattle futures are up 47 cents. That's a percentage increase of 0.42%. Cattle feeder futures are up 72 cents, for Christ's sake. I mean, we're seeing increases in these commodities. That's a percentage increase of 0.53%. And for all you fat jelly asses that like to throw a couple of ham bones down your gullet. Lean hog futures are down, baby. They're down $1. That's a % decrease. And that, my friends, is the markets for your ass. Thank you very much, folks. Let me tell you something. Let me take another sip of my Chivas Blue here. It's Baller Friday, baby. I'm excited. I'm damn excited, baby. I'm damn excited. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fresh. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we need to kick some more spammers out of here. And you kick them out. Do your job, for Christ's sake. Well, do it. Jesus Christ. Oh, hold on, folks. You know, the engineer's having a problem. Let them, you know, kick some of these spammers out of here, and we'll get on our way, for Christ's sake. It's Baller Friday. You know, I'm not going to let any of these ass clowns sit here and ruin it for anybody. You understand what I'm saying? We're chilling like some insane villains, and I want to hear from you. All right? I want to hear from you. Kick these spammers out of here, engineer. I'm not joking, man. Anyway, what we want to talk about, we got a lot of things on the agenda today, man. I want to talk a little bit about the White House. We were talking about yesterday how the Republicans have dropped. They have dropped the whole idea of talking to the Democrats that was led by Joe Biden. You know, Joe Biden, believe it or not, is this asshole that's supposed to be leading the goddamn debates about this stupid increase of the debt ceiling. And because he was leading it, everybody on the right wing of the political perspective just basically, you know, stood up and got out because they didn't even want to. They don't want to have nothing to do with blowhard Biden. You know what I mean? They just don't want to have nothing to do with blowhard Biden. I don't blame him, for Christ's sake. He's a piece of crap. I mean, he's a blowhard piece of garbage. Some idiot that he's made a career out of being a bureaucrat. I mean, he's done nothing in the private sector. He has no kind of, experience doing anything else other than being some career goddamn bureaucrat, and we're supposed to take his word for it? You know, we're supposed to take this goddamn, he knows what he's talking about. He's a bureaucrat. Of course he knows what he's talking about. It's bull crap. He's a prostate-infected blowhard, for Christ's sake. I mean, didn't this guy have some kind of brain surgery, for Christ's sake, and he's still, serving as the vice president? This guy had brain surgery, for Christ's sake. I mean, anyway, the whole purpose I'm bringing this up is because the White House has actually taken the initiative. They must have been listening to the True Capitalist radio broadcast, and Barack Obama heard me calling him out, because now the White House is taking the initiative to go out there and discuss this debt ceiling situation that is not only putting the economy of America at risk, it's putting the economy of the whole world at risk. If the United States defaults, I kid you not, folks, you're going to see an economic collapse on a global scale that we've never seen before in our lives. And I know you got all these right-wing ass clowns that are out here touting, "Oh, we're not afraid of a default." Yeah, that's because you're backed up by the American taxpayer and you're a bureaucrat and you've got shelters to go underneath when this whole goddamn place goes into anarchy because Shaniqua and her 8 kids can't keep getting her goddamn government cheese, can't keep getting the damn food stamps, can't get the housing voucher program. People are going to go nuts. And nobody's talking about any kind of fiscal responsibility. It just seems to be the thing that nobody wants to talk about. You know, we don't have money to continue to spend on this crap. You know, the people don't. You know, the people that are collecting aren't really concerned about it. You know, because it's not their money. They think the goddamn money grows on trees or some crap. I'm serious. They actually think the money grows on trees. They think it's out of Obama's stash or some crap. Yeah, getting out of Obama's stash, baby. That's what they do to get out of Obama's stash. Yeah. It's sick, man. I know. Here we go. Here we go. People are calling me the racist. Now, I'm the racist. Yeah, right. All right, I'm a melting pot of friendship. You people know it. You know, it's all over the Internet. I'm a melting pot of friendship, all right? There's no reason to sit here and make that false indictment that I'm some goddamn racist. I am not a racist. I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be black. You know, I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be Mexican. You know, I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be Oriental, for Christ's sake. I mean, come on. You know, I got a whole bunch of friends that are, wops and krauts and, Irish, whiskey drinkers, all of them, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? I embrace everybody. So stop it with the racist talk, all right? I'm sick and tired of you people spreading that all over the Internet. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. Anyway, it looks like Barack Obama was listening to the True Capitalist Radio. He's finally taken the initiative on trying to organize the House and the Senate to come around some kind of an agreement to raise this debt ceiling, because if we don't, we're going to be in some serious trouble. Anyway, I want to hear from you. Give me a call right now. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We're talking about the White House attempting to salvage the debt ceiling talks that Joe Biden completely ruined with his completely bureaucratic ass. I want to hear from you. Let's talk to you. All right? I mean, hopefully there's some people that have some important things to talk about and discuss about this subject matter. Anyway, let's take some calls. 727, you're on the horn.
Hey, Ghost.
Hey, what's going on? Good to hear from you, man.
You know, everything that we see from this point forward is nothing more than political positioning. You know, from the releasing of the oil reserves. I mean, he knows that Bernanke's going in there the day before and is gonna downgrade the economic growth for the rest of the year. He knows, you know, Bernanke tells him, listen, we're going to downgrade it, and you know, oil's going to crash. And it had already been kind of crashing a little bit before that. And so at the same time,
it was going down naturally, right? It was going down naturally.
Right, it was going down naturally, and what Bernanke was doing was gonna even, you know, push it down a big chunk that the day after. So, you know, Obama goes on there and releases. I mean, he don't release no oil reserves when it was $115 a barrel. He releases it as the economic and the growth forecasts are being lowered, which means less oil consumption, and you know, Bernanke's going out there and downgrading the economy. So, I mean, he just comes out and says, oh yeah, we're going to release this, and now oil tanks, and it looks like he did something to lower the price of gas.
I know. You should hear them. You should hear them in the forums, in these liberal forums, these liberal chat rooms. These stupid, simple-minded morons actually believe that this, you know, tapping into the oil reserves is somehow, you know, smart economics and smart politics, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. No, I mean, it could be at different times, but this is just an afterthought. This is totally taking advantage of the situation and knowing that the oil was going to go down anyway, so why not get credit for it at the last second and release some oil?
It's horrible. I mean, you know, you were listening in with me here. You've been a long-time listener. You were here when these goddamn oil prices were, you know, going up to about 120, 116 closing days, and, you know, everybody was feeling the pinch on the oil, and when they were asking the White House if they were going to tap into the oil reserves, I mean, they were pussyfooting around with it. They weren't even contemplating it, for Christ's sake. They were just being completely evasive about it.
Right, because there was too much going on in the world. It wouldn't have made a dent of difference because there was too much speculation. There was too much going on in the Middle East, and it would have looked like a failed attempt by Obama. So they didn't do it because it wouldn't have worked. So it would look like he did something and it failed, and they're not going to do something that's going to fail. So they waited until oil's coming back. I mean, we're in the middle of the summer, we're headed towards the fall, and oil's going to come down anyways. And, you know, he took advantage of Bernanke announcement, and the whole globe is slowing down again. So you're not going to need as much oil.
Absolutely, it's slowing down, and not to mention that, you know, is anybody out there in the White House or somebody advising? I know that this is all David Axelrod's political strategizing, but is there anybody advising the president that we're in the middle of an Arab Spring, which jeopardizes not only the supply routes but the actual supply of oil? I mean, you know, the Middle East produces, you know, was it 60-70% of the world's oil, for Christ's sake, and most of it is under threat under this Arab Spring. I mean, you know, don't you think that we should kind of save the oil reserves that America's got set aside just in case some of this Arab Spring kind of actually succeeds in places like the UAE or Saudi Arabia or one of these, you know, big-time oil-producing states that would literally drive the price of oil up about $250, $300 oil, for Christ's sake. I mean, this is when we would need the reserves to be tapped into so that we can somehow, you know, curb the amount of extreme bite that we're going to take if such a supplier is compromised.
Right. And you've got Egypt, who's lost their entire tourism industry, which was a decent part of their economy. I mean, it just vanished since that uprising took over. You got all these other countries in chaos, you know, blowing up all kinds of infrastructure and sabotaging things. These countries are going to become even poorer than they already were and desperate. And the only thing over there is oil.
That's right. And let me tell you, the thing about oil, it can turn a third world nation into a first world nation within about 50 years.